Lynn, welcome to Halloween Daily. Thank you so much for hanging out and talking to us today.
Thank you. Good morning, Matt. I'm happy to be here.
Oh man, well, this is a thrill and an honor. We are big fans, and we've enjoyed watching your work in just so many awesome films over the years. And this latest one, House of Abraham, is no exception. I really enjoyed it, and you played Beatrice, and I think she's probably my favorite character in the film. Can you tell us a little
Oh,
bit? Can you tell us a little bit about what excited you the most to bring Beatrice to life and to be a part of this particular story?
well, I thought the subject matter, I think, is
Hmm.
grueling and very seldom discussed. I mean,
Right.
people don't really talk about that very much. I mentioned, when I talked to Lisa in the beginning, I said, you should call it House of Suicide. And she said, no, because she said, no one will watch it. And I thought that was, and in a weird way, she was 100% correct. I mean,
Hmm.
people don't want to it's a very taboo subject, bottom line. And so that's what appealed to me primarily. And when I read the script and the characters, Abraham, Lucas Hassel, who is incredible, who is an incredible actor, also writer and director. I mean, I hope he tap dances because I'm sure he'll also learn that if he doesn't know it already. I mean, he's an incredible person, really, and good at everything he does. There's nothing he does that's mediocre.
Hmm.
And I've known him for quite a while, and I don't remember all the details how we met. But anyway, I knew he and Lisa were doing this, and they asked me about doing this particular role. I loved the part. I thought it was very interesting. And so, we signed on basically, and the development of the character was really a lot of fun and sort of based on a lot of it was based on the physicality of me and Lucas. I mean, the fact that we look like I'm 4'2" and he looks like he's 9'11", we're standing next to
Hmm.
each other. And that creates character all its own. I mean, there's
Hmm.
an intimidation factor.
Sure.
I said to Lisa, I feel like a little dog. I'm always looking up at my master. And that's
Right.
exactly right. I mean, that's exactly who he is. He is my master.
Right.
I kind of want him to be my lover, but we know that will never happen. But he doesn't take that off the table, and so he keeps me on the leash. And I just thought it sounded like I love doing things that are taboo and
Hmm.
a little off the record, people don't want to discuss. I think that's why we're artists. And I was happy to sign. I'm happy they wanted me in the part, and I'm happy I did it. I loved it. It was fun.
Well, you're definitely great in it, and like you said, it deals with some very hard to talk about sometimes subject matter. And but I did find, and I talked to Lucas and Lisa about this a little bit, that through your character especially, there was like a pressure valve release sometimes, and we were allowed to maybe laugh a little bit in the middle of all the seriousness and the horror of it all. What was that part of it too? And were you kind of having a little bit of fun with some of just Beatrice's just mannerisms and just the way she is? Maybe just a little bit of the pressure valve release in this.
I don't think about it like that because I still, as an actor, I always go to the character, to
Hmm.
who is this person and why. And so I seem to gratefully be unafraid to
Hmm.
um, kind of lay out whatever I'm thinking, and then if it doesn't work, we can move it around or stuff. But I just even remember that opening scene. I just wanted to be like the most exciting thing that's ever going to happen is this woman is every occupant. I'm that excited about them coming because I'm going to please my master and because they should die anyway. I mean, she's definitely out of her mind, but you can't play crazy either.
Right.
You have to play the scenes basically. Um, so she kind of evolved. I mean, also I wanted the Daisy was wardrobe and hair are always and shoes are very important to me. I wanted her to wear very flat shoes. So she kind of pads around, like she is not even a little heel, just little like slippers almost. And
Hmm.
that changes my posture. It changes the way I feel. It changes the way I stand next to Lucas, and I just remember I almost had a stiff neck at the end of the day because I'm always
Yeah.
looking up at him like a little puppy, waiting for the cue from my master, and some need I have to be used and loved. I mean, those are all very powerful emotions.
Yeah.
And it was sort of helped by the physicality of Lucas and the situations, so everything kind of melds together, and you hope it works. Um, I'm pretty good at feeling when it doesn't. And this felt really right. And it did to Lisa and to Lucas as well. So voila, there's Beatrice. Here she comes with her little padding feet.
I love it. I love it. And just like you said, all those little details go into it, and you don't even think about it as you're watching it. But as you're describing it, it's like, yeah, all that makes sense. And it does, color this relationship and this character. And it's not a traditional horror movie, like you said. It's very unique in the way it presents its villain, I guess, and just the way the horror of it all is. But there is still some very brutal horror in there as well. Um, if we could step outside while we've got you here, um, outside of this film for just a moment, you've worked on so many of our favorites, like I said, but one that I don't know if it gets enough love out there, and this year's actually the 10th anniversary of its release. It's a little anthology movie that we love called Tales of Halloween, and
Oh
it
my
came out
God.
in
Okay.
2015, and you're in one of the segments, of course, and a ton of people that we love are in many of the segments, but it's one of our favorite rewatches every October. So I was just curious, do you have any thoughts or memories, or just kind of looking back, reflecting 10 years ago, making that little anthology, Tales of Halloween?
I do actually, because Axel Carolyn, who was the director,
Hmm.
I stay is a very close and dear friend of mine. She's extremely talented, tough. She's so beautiful and so like ethereal when you meet her, but she's tough in a good way. I mean,
Hmm.
she really understands what she's doing, what her film is about. She's very, very, very strong director. I mean, really, no, and she'll argue with you if she wants to get what she wants. A lot of directors back off of, for me in particular. I mean, I don't bite, but they figure I probably know as much as they do, and I have a reason for what I'm trying to do. But Axel is really, I have a lot of respect for her. And I think she just asked me, she invited me into it, and it was just that kind of it was actually a very nice scene we had together
Hmm.
and I remember I had a sort of a lot to say. I don't
Hmm.
remember too much about it. I'd have to look at it again, honestly.
Hmm.
But the calling card for me was Axel Carolyn and Mike Mendez, who is
Yeah.
also one of my very favorite people on the planet and who is extremely gifted and talented with ideas and energy um and so he was a part of the project as well. I mean, I would do anything for those people, anything. I really would. I mean, they would never ask me to do something that I wouldn't excel at. They might ask me something I wouldn't do, but they would never ask me. They know me probably as an artist as well as anyone, and I I definitely cherish that.
Very cool. And yeah, you have a great kind of monologue that opens that scene with all
Right.
about Halloween itself and everything, which of course right up our alley. For our final minute, if you'll indulge us, every day is Halloween, and so we always try to ask, what does the holiday Halloween itself mean to you?
Being a little girl. That's how I don't really celebrate Halloween much here, except for my friends are so into it that
Mm,
there's always a party or there's always this or and Blumhouse always has their famous Halloween party and I have to figure out what I'm gonna wear. You know,
yeah,
I think I went as I think I went as a firecracker this this last one. I had a little body hair with little things coming
awesome.
out of it. That's where I'd gotten to. But it made mostly being a kid. I mean, there was something that was the holiday probably I looked the most forward to. And I dressed up once as a flapper, once as a panda bear. I can remember all this is when I was like 10, 11 years old, 9 years old. The one thing real quick, my dad, when we used to trick and treat in my neighborhood, they used to say, sure, you can go with just your friends. But my father, of course, would follow us to make sure everything was okay. And we actually almost called the police on him one time because he wore his hat down like this. And I said, there's some guy following us. So anyway,
That's
so
great.
those are my memories of Halloween, not scary ones, real scary ones
Right.
actually. So
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, this has been great. Again, I know you're super busy today. I really appreciate you taking this time to talk to us. You're great in the movie. The movie's awesome, and of course, we're big fans. And instead of saying goodbye, every day's Halloween, so we just always wish you whatever the calendar says. We always wish you a happy
Happy
Halloween, man.
Halloween, Matt. You rock.